Good morning from day 2 of the greatest show on earth, Expo 2020 here in Dubai. And I'm just at the hotel. I'm staying at the Rove Hotel, which is the only hotel on site here at Expo, right next to the dome in the center, and just having some breakfast. So this is my Expo passport right here, and each pavilion you go to, you get a stamp. So for instance, yesterday, this is just one page. I actually did 25 pavilions yesterday. The problem is there's 220. So this is your Expo map right here, and if you can see the different colors, each color is a district, if you like. So green for sustainability, blue for mobility, and at the bottom here is just about every country in the world. Top priority today is Republic of Korea. Now this pavilion had such a line all day yesterday. When you walk past, it looks like they've built a shopping mall here at the Expo. I'm pretty sure they haven't, but it is a multi-floor experience. The lines are very long. So the obvious advantage of staying on site at the Rove is I get to walk through Expo like this first thing in the morning. Get to where I want. I'm in the center. You definitely get the jump. So while we're waiting, and the pavilions do open strictly at 10 o'clock, let's give you some info. So Dubai is called 2020 because it was ready next year. They had to delay a year. World Expo is held every 5 years. 2025, you can head to Osaka, Japan, and 2030, you can head to Moscow. 192 countries and states are represented here, and where the countries couldn't fund it for themselves, Dubai stepped in and it was funded for them, which is pretty great. Interesting fact, United States decided they didn't want to fund a pavilion, but one was still provided for them. Not only is this an exhibition for the public, this has also been designed as a meeting place for countries to talk business, to discuss the future, to discuss the environment, to discuss the important issues that affect everyone globally. So it is a global meeting place for whoever wants to take advantage. The Expo is running just for 6 months, from 1st of October through to the end of March, because, well, Dubai, would you want to be here in that summer heat? I've got perfect temperature and climate right now. It's wonderful. So we're getting started with the Korea Pavilion, and here we have a smart device that is going to lead you around. Very, very cool.
And then, now please check that you have black screen on the device. It means you're ready to go. So please check that you have black screen.
Welcome to the top floor of the Republic of Korea Pavilion. There are 4 floors, and the device I've just been given allows you to have a self-guided tour with strategic stops along the way. It's very visually impressive from the outside, especially at night. During the day, these cubes are, well, cubes. What can I say? But the views were fantastic, and the staff members, the cultural representatives, were so lovely and helpful. Also, they encourage you to take selfies. The whole thing is designed with Instagram in mind, I get the feeling. So I don't know if you can see this in the device, but it's AR, I don't know, but you are then flying over the futuristic Korea just by scanning these with your device. Very clever. So I'm lying on a beanbag, and Korea has a vertical cinema. So lying on my back, and see what happens, but at least Korea made me comfortable. Okay, so Korea was spinning cubes. It was a vertical cinema. It was AR with their device. Really smart pavilion. The movie was a little nuts, but you know, your senses, colour, music. But I would expect that with Korea. I thought they did a great job, very guided. So, what's next? Here we go. A massive hello to my new international friends who saw me vlogging with my camera and wanted to stop to say hello. I know you're watching and I know you're subscribed. Thank you. It was so nice to meet you. And the wonderful thing about Expo is making new friends and connections from all over the world. Many blessings to you all. Thank you.
When women thrive, humanity thrives.
So this whole pavilion is dedicated, the women's pavilion, to celebrating women, to opening people's eyes to the achievements of women. Did you know the first university was 839 AD and it was founded by a woman? And I've just been talking to the most fantastic guide in here, but all about the achievements of women. So it's fantastic that Expo recognises about equality and celebrating women and all the wonderful things they can do. So we're now in the room that the centerpiece is known as the Tree of Life. We did space and now we are coming back to earth and talking about the possibilities of what if for women. What if women were paid equally in the workforce? What if water was available and women didn't have to walk miles to get it? All of these things. So it's a really enlightening exhibit. These guys know their stuff and want to talk to you. So, well, it might not be a country, but so worth coming in here. Okay, so we've come down to the Sustainability District, which is where we came last night for the drone show. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, there is a drone show at this end of Expo and it goes off nightly. I just forgot to put in the footage and I couldn't get very close, sorry. And I'm going to start at the bottom. There is Earth Plaza. That way is some very popular pavilions. Germany is getting all the hype, so we will do that at some point. But for now, we're going to start with Slovenia.
We are with this rare gift, pure, clean, and drinkable water.
Want to hear something awesome? The Swedish cafe is run by IKEA. Got to get those meatballs. Welcome to Brazil. Oh my goodness. This looks fantastic fun. And when I walked past last night, there was music and drums going on. I think this is the secret hidden party of Expo. Come to Brazil. tree. That's so cool. I love that. Spain just did a movie called August Moon, and it was really, really good. You weren't allowed to record, but currently in a forest, and it smells like green and earth, and oh, it's really good in here. It smells amazing. I'm in the Netherlands and they've given me an umbrella. Who knows what's going to happen, but it's going to involve water. I want to say the smell of the caramel and the cooking is intoxicating, and if I hadn't had flan in Spain, I'd totally be doing that. Look at that. These Expo Explorer trains are just one handy way to get around the site. They go from zone to zone. So if you need a rest, take the Expo Explorer, and they are air compressed trains. Just sat by Italy. Look at the size of Italy's pavilion. It is massive. But there's a good reason for that. They have a 3D printed exact copy of the David in there, so we're going to go see that next. So for the Italy pavilion, they have completely 3D printed a copy of David. Unfortunately, that is as far as we are allowed to see. So Italy, the concept is good. They are trying to educate you. The problem is it's a guided tour, and she has a mic headpiece. If you're at the back, you can't hear her. So I'm sure it was fantastic information. I couldn't hear it. The best part of it was, of course, seeing the 3D printed David. Phenomenal. You can only see the top. Why? Well, the bottom bits are considered too naughty to be on display in the UAE, but it's all there apparently. So Israel has a really cool concept about bringing the world together, that we're different and we all have our own beats, but together we make music. So whatever ethnicity you are, whatever background you have, we can all come together. What I don't like is they make you come up this slope to get your passport stamp, but it's kind of cool. So India, it's good. The cultural side is good. When you get to the commerce, of which there is a lot, and a lot of propaganda for their new Prime Minister, gets a bit much. I couldn't figure out what this pavilion, why there was this long line, 90 minutes. Japan. Of course it's Japan, the country I want to go to the most. So that is another one to do first thing in the morning. So Germany, Korea, Japan are your first things in the morning. But she did say there is a separate sushi restaurant right there. So I will definitely be visiting that. So this makes me happy right here. Having dinner in Japan, sushi. And it is a conveyor belt system. And anything that's not there, you order on the tablet. And it comes out on the top row. Alright, so we're going into the USA Pavilion. Fun fact about this pavilion. The USA did not fund their pavilion. They chose not to spend their taxpayers' money, which to some of you is a good thing, but this was funded for them. So we're going to go in and see. I know it's a moving walkway. Let's go see what they've got to show.
The dawn of the space age brought new perspective. The Saturn V rockets that powered Americans to the moon helped us see our world from afar for the first time, allowing us to witness how beautiful our world is. The digital age brought personal computing and the internet into the offices, homes, and hands of people around the globe, envisioned and developed by American dreamers.
The greatest challenges that we face here on Earth, from climate change to food scarcity.
We've announced the Starlab Research Center and will be the world's first commercial space research division, which is going to be looking at how you can
This autonomous revolution will empower a new form of mobility, one that creates opportunities for everyone to do.
So I just came out the Palestine exhibit, and what they did was great. They utilised all 5 senses: smell, touch, hearing. They didn't utilise taste, although there is food available. And they actually imported stone from Jerusalem, which, you know, they claim is their capital city. I won't get into the politics of it, but it was a beautiful demonstration of Palestinian life and what they stand for, their culture, their history. It's valuable. When you think of a place and you only heard of war, I think it's important you educate yourself, and that's all I'm going to say. But a worthwhile exhibit.
To be, who have pushed back the limits of borders to explore the frontiers of knowledge. They discovered.
So just coming to Singapore, which is basically like walking through the outside. Technically we are, but there is a structure in there. And Singapore's pavilion is fully sustainable. I don't know if you can see, but all of this is growing and living, and it's going to sustain the pavilion for the whole 6 months it needs to. So they are collecting water from the air, even the minutest bit, to feed and water all this plant life. It's really something, but we're going to have a look around. So we just came out the Singapore pavilion, and these are called butterfly buns. Apparently they're sweet and savoury, and Dee just fancied trying it. And it looks like this. It almost looks like a puffy prawn toast, but I know it's not. There's no seafood in here, but I'll give it a try. So welcome to the Terra Pavilion. This is the one that I would have shown you with the giant tree structures, the solar powered thing. So we've come inside of this giant thing, and around are games pertaining to the environment. So I just played one where we heated up the earth and what happens when you heat up the earth. A lot to do with climate change and the earth and how we're impacting it. And then we're going to go inside, and there's in the ocean and in the forest, there's 2 exhibits. But this is a massive area with dining, with shopping, and it's visibly very impressive. It draws you in. So we're going to have a look around. In true me fashion, I did not film an outro for day 2. I'm so sorry. However, in editing, I found my outro for day 1. Can you believe it? I can, knowing me. So I'm going to leave you with my outro from the day before. Please forgive me, and I'll be back really soon with all of day 3. Well, my friends, I have completed day 1 of 4 at Expo. We've just came down to Earth Plaza, which is one of the exits. Came down to see the drone show. They have this theme song, This Is Our Time. Look it up on YouTube. It's really moving. I'm just walking past, there's Sweden there. Brazil over here has, it's not picking, oh there it is. Projector screens on the outside of theirs. Behind me is Terra, which is much, much too big to possibly fit in. We're going to be exploring all of this tomorrow. As I said, I just came down for the drone show. I don't know what to say to start to describe Expo. I knew it was the greatest exhibition in the history of planet Earth, and it absolutely lives up to the hype. Oh my gosh, that's a better look. Just to give you an idea of the scale. You can shop, you can try a ton of different cuisines, but you can soak up the atmosphere from these recycling bins that talk to you, to robots, to the 5-6 different types of transport they have to get you around the site if you don't want to use your feet, to entertainment, to the people the people working the exhibits that have come from their home countries and want to talk to you and so friendly. The most moving part of this experience is seeing states, countries that not so long ago in my lifetime were in a state of war. From Kuwait to Kosovo, Beirut, Lebanon, all of them are here. Palestine, all of them are here, and they're all coexisting in peace and representing their country. That is really something. Oh, here we go with the music again. So I'm exhausted, but I can't wait to do it all again for the next 3 days. I'm walking into sight because my hotel, the Rove Hotel, is actually right in the middle. I'm going to get in all these pavilions tomorrow. I'm going to share all of it with you. Good night from me at the greatest show the world has ever seen. Good night, people.